Hi friends, it's Tommy, the wellness coach, and did you know this about fruits? Ever since we were little, we were always told to eat our fruits and vegetables. And we all know that fruit is good, but have we ever really been told why? In this video, I'm going to tell you what is the benefits of eating fruit and also how many servings of fruit should you actually have and some tips on how to get fruit into your daily diet. One of the biggest benefits of eating fruit is it's low in sodium, low in fat, and low in calories. And even more importantly, they have an abundance of certain vitamins, minerals, fiber, tons of water content, which in turn can be easier for you to get your full water intake without having to chug and chug and chug glasses and glasses of water. And don't forget about all the vitamins and minerals, which in turn can help prevent certain heart diseases, certain cancers, and other health conditions. So clients are always asking me, what are the best fruits to eat, or what are some fruits I should avoid? Well, the answer is you shouldn't avoid any fruit. All fruits have very specific nutrients dependent on their color. You see, each color of fruit, including vegetables too, each of those colors have a specific nutrient that fruit provides. Orange fruits provide a specific amount of nutrients, and green fruits provide a specific nutrients, red, and so on. So the best thing is to try to get a variety, the rainbow of colors of fruits into your diet. Yes, fruits do have naturally occurring sugar within it. And there are some fruits that have a lot more sugar than other fruits. However, it's all about perspective. So for example, pretend this is a piece of fruit, and you can tell that a majority of this fruit is sugar. And then the other parts of it is vitamins, minerals, and fiber and water. However, let's say that this is another type of food, and you can see that a lot of it isn't necessarily sugar. The other components could be fat, sodium, and other foods like that. However, this has less tablespoons of sugar in it than this. So this only has about 8, and this I put in 12. So you can see just because fruit has a lot of sugar for the size of it, it doesn't mean that it has more sugar than a lot of other foods. It's definitely a healthy alternative to eat a piece of fruit than to have a candy bar or another type of food that has more sugar in it, even though majority of that type of food doesn't have a lot of sugar part of it. Another thing to consider is even though that fruit does have some natural occurring sugars in it, you're also getting a lot of nutrients along with that versus other foods that might be high in sugar, doesn't have a lot of other really great nutritional properties to it. And also, when you are eating that piece of fruit, especially if you're eating that piece of fruit as whole as possible, meaning keeping the peel on, that the sugar in that fruit, you're eating it with fiber, which can help slow down some of the absorption of that sugar intake, which doesn't necessarily always happen with other foods that have actual sugar in it. So let's go over what are some ways to save money on purchasing fruit, which can definitely be a concern, especially if you're not eating it fast enough. One way to do it is to actually eat the amount of servings that you're supposed to have of your fruits on a daily basis. That will help you use up that additional fruit that might spoil or go rotten by the end of the week. Always keep an eye out for fruits that are in season. They tend to cost a little less, and look for coupons and other deals, and maybe you do go to big bulk stores, but then hook up with a family member or a neighbor. That way you can save money, but then you can divide up those fresh fruits. Another way is to really investigate, look up the best ways to store certain fruits, and that way they can last longer, either in the refrigerator or on your counter, so that you don't have to throw them away because they spoil so fast. And don't be afraid to buy frozen fruits to have available at all times. That way they keep their nutrition content, they're frozen, they're gonna stay fresher longer, and you have them ready to go in the future. So what are some great ways to get in some fruit during the day? You can either have them available, fresh, ready to go, either in containers, or you can have a whole fruit such as an apple. You can have it as a snack or as a dessert part of your meal. Or you can find different ways to include them in other things that you love to eat, whether you cut up pieces of fruit for yogurt, or maybe cereal, or maybe have on a sandwich. It could be in your salad, or with a sandwich such as peanut butter and bananas, or some type of nut butter. Think of ways during the day you can either eat them separate by themselves, or everything that you eat throughout the day, see if there is a way that you might be able to add that fruit in as an ingredient. Now, you might want to know how many servings of fruits that you should have per day. On a typical average person, we usually want to get 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. Now, vegetables are a little bit lower in calories and sugar, so usually they'll recommend 3 vegetables and 2 servings of fruit. Try to make sure that you have the fruits at different times of the day. You don't want to have both of your fruits in one serving. If you do once in a while, it's not that big of a deal, but as a general rule of thumb. Now, if you want to break that down even further, it really depends on your age group, and it depends on how many calories per day are you required to either maintain your weight, or if you're someone that wants to gain weight, or if you're somebody that wants to lose weight. Now, there is a website, myplate.gov. When you go on that website, you can look to see how many calories you should intake based on your goals per day, and then it will tell you how many servings of fruits and vegetables are recommended for your age group and your what you want to accomplish with your weight or your activity goals, or just in general health. You're probably also wondering, what is considered a serving size of fruit? Just as a rule of thumb, it could be either a whole piece of fruit would be 1 serving. The only thing you need to be cautious of is, with all of our technology and just evolving over time, a lot of our fruits are getting bigger than its typical serving size. So you might notice that apples are getting a lot bigger, bananas are getting bigger. So just be kind of cautious of that. If you are concerned about the sugar intake or the calories, to take that into consideration. But 1 whole fruit is considered 1 serving, or 1 cup of fruit is considered a serving. And if you're really curious, especially about fruits that might not fit well into a cup, or maybe they don't necessarily count as a whole fruit, such as grapes and other types of fruits, berries, things like that, go ahead and Google it. It will tell you either how many of those pieces of fruit equal 1 serving, or how many ounces. You can definitely go and count a certain amount of grapes or berries, but it might be a little bit more accurate. Like I said, they find techniques to grow our fruit even bigger. But if you do have a kitchen scale or some type of scale to actually measure the ounces, that might be a little bit more accurate. And you also might be wondering about fruit juices. Fruit juices have a lot of really, especially 100% fruit juice, have great amount of vitamins and minerals and all that stuff that you need, which is awesome. The only thing is you want to be very careful not to drink too many ounces. That's why juice glasses come so tiny, is the serving size actually isn't that small. I think it's only like 6 ounces. And so it doesn't come in much, and it doesn't come with a lot of the fiber from the peel. So you want to make sure that if you do take in fruit juices, that you just have that 1 serving size per day, and it doesn't fill you up quite like an actual piece of fruit because it doesn't usually have all that pulp in there and that fiber. Well, there you have it, friends. I hope that was helpful for you. I want to know, what is your favorite fruit? Put it down in the comments. I think my favorite fruit are grapes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video to anybody that you may that you think that may find this helpful, and I will see you next time. Have a blessed day.